Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Trump trial jurors. Speaker out. No cuts this year, but one speaker cut from graduation. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, right now, 7 jurors have been chosen for the New York Trump trial. There ultimately will be 12 with 6 alternates. Juror 1, the foreperson, is originally from Ireland. Juror 2 is a nurse. Juror 3, a corporate lawyer, not married, no children. Juror 4 said he finds Trump fascinating and mysterious, but did not indicate any strong feelings about his politics. Juror number 5, English teacher at a charter school, said they avoid political conversations and was not aware that Trump was facing other criminal cases. Juror 6, not married, no children, lives with 3 roommates in Chelsea. And juror number 7, married with 2 kids, living on the Upper East Side. All the potential jurors were asked where they get their news. They all said the New York Times, and not one of them that we know of said any conservative news outlet. Of course, that's why they asked that question, to try to weed out any potential Trump supporters. The most important thing to know about this trial is the judge donated money to the Biden campaign back in 2020 and also donated money to a group called the Progressive Turnout Project, and best of all, gave money to a group called Stop Republicans. And this is the man presiding over the court case about the Republican. Problems in the House. Marjorie Taylor Greene told Breitbart News that she is prepared to force the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, out of his position if he does not willingly resign. She said his speakership is not safe. As a matter of fact, it's over. He's just the only one who hasn't acknowledged it yet. The straw that broke the camel's back is $48 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion for Israel, and nothing in his latest spending bills for the border. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said it's unlikely that the Fed will cut rates this year. He said recent data has clearly not given us greater confidence that inflation is coming under control. He said if higher inflation does persist, we can maintain the current level of interest rates for as long as needed. Back on March 7th, he told a Senate committee that the Fed was not far from gaining the confidence it needed to cut rates. But inflation has gotten worse, and now we're far away again. USC, University of Southern California, canceled the speech of the valedictorian this year. She's a Muslim. This is going to be a whole thing. Get ready for it. They said they canceled it out of safety concerns for her, without any evidence as to what those concerns are. Jewish groups on campus spoke out against her anti-Semitic posts online. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. The great Bill O'Reilly. He has your message of the day. Next.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Wednesday, 2 days ago, President Biden met with the leader of Iraq in the White House. He, the president of the United States, had to read notes after the meeting. He couldn't, off the cuff, tell the public what was discussed. So America's leader now is incapable of speaking about events unfolding right before his eyes. It's embarrassing. So we return to the question of how any responsible citizen could vote for a man as diminished as Joe Biden. This is a national security situation, is it not? On my recent trip to Europe, I heard very little about the president. In fact, I saw nothing about Joe Biden. Over there, he is inconsequential. But here in the States, he's doing grave damage. This is obvious to any thinking person not poisoned by leftist ideology. Yes, the progressive movement loves Joe Biden. He does everything the far left wants. Soon he may even turn on Israel, the only issue where he hasn't surrendered to the liberal extremists. The truth is, the USA is facing threats all over the place, and President Biden is a major part of that. He is not a problem solver, he is a problem maker. Do Democrats care at all? Some do, most don't. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Let's go to the mail. We got Nathan Sinander, Melbourne, Florida. Bill, Biden's immigration policy can only be considered a blunder. Remember, we did the 3 worst presidential blunders last night. If you missed it and you're a premium member, concierge member, you can get it anytime. Okay? I think we have it on BillO'Reilly.com, but we did the 3 worst. That's what Nathan is referring to. Biden's immigration policy can only be considered a blunder if it was designed for the purpose that backfired. In this case, it is not a blunder because it is accomplishing exactly what Biden's handlers want, to dilute the American population with new Democratic voters from foreign countries. No. Okay. We are talking about adverse effects on America, not politics. Okay? Yeah, you might be right. That's the reason, but it has nothing to do with a blunder. Opening the southern border hurts America in a drastic way. And that's why it's one of the 3. Danley Gudamamus, Huachuca City, Arizona. I know I blew the city, okay? Huachuca City, there we go, Arizona. Bill, as someone whose family migrated here from Central America, it frightens me. See millions of people entering the country unvetted. We live in an era of such division and hatred for the U.S., as you see it in recent protests. I'm afraid it's a matter of time before we get a terror attack. I do not speculate on that. If there is a terror attack tied back to the southern border, that will change politics in this country. That's all I can say. In a moment, something you might not know. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall, but there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 55 years ago today, a Jerusalem-born Palestinian was found guilty of first-degree murder. His victim, the potential president of the United States. Here is the story behind the assassination of Bobby Kennedy. Young Robert was relatively unknown when he was picked by his older brother John to serve as Attorney General. Bobby Kennedy was just 35. After the murder of JFK in Dallas, Bobby remained in politics. He was soon elected a senator from New York State. In 1968, he announced his candidacy for president. Enter Siran Siran. The Palestinian Christian obtained Jordanian citizenship, which allowed him to move to California in the 1950s. He was an outspoken critic of Israel. Siran directed his rage at Bobby Kennedy, who backed the Jewish state. On June 5th, 1968, Kennedy won California's Democratic primary. He gave a brief speech at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles, then exited through the kitchen. There waiting for him was Sirhan, who fired a .22 caliber revolver, striking Bobby and 5 other people. Kennedy died the next day. He was 42 years old. On April 17, 1969, a jury found the Palestinian guilty of murder. 1 week later, he was sentenced to death. His execution commuted to life when California abolished capital punishment. Like the assassination of his brother JFK, conspiracy theories rose up surrounding Bobby's death. One believer of those theories is Kennedy's son and current presidential candidate, RFK Jr. 2018, RFK Jr. traveled to California, met with Sirhan. According to Bobby, the CIA was involved in the assassination of his uncle, President Kennedy. Also, despite overwhelming evidence, RFK Jr. says the wrong person was convicted of killing his father. Well, the evidence, as I said, is overwhelming, and Sirhan remains in prison. Back after this. Did you know Fast Growing Trees is the largest online nursery in the USA? With more than 10,000 plant varieties and millions of satisfied customers. I have their trees and plants at my home, and they're fantastic. Have you had your fair share of landscaping woes and wasted weekends at crowded nurseries? Finding fast-growing trees will be like stumbling upon a hidden treasure, believe me. With fast-growing trees, it's different. From fruit trees to houseplants, they have it all, delivered right to your doorstep. Plus, their plant experts are always available for advice. And here's the best part. This spring, they have up to half off on select plants. And my audience can get an extra 15% off by using promo code BILL at checkout. So please go to fastgrowingtrees.com, use promo code BILL at checkout. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.